The left's obsession over this Signal chat leak continues. It's almost been a week now, and this is all the leftist networks continue to talk about. I mean, just look at all of those headlines. It's as if nothing else was happening in the world. Like, I don't know, a president hard at work? Where's the coverage of the real news, the real stuff that's actually affecting Americans? Like the White House announcing that it deported the illegal alien who went viral last year. Look at that. Who went viral last year for instructing other illegals on how to invade and squat in homes. I mean, you know, if you think about it, it's hard to believe just how brazen illegals were under the Biden regime.
Mi gente, he pensado invadir una casa en United States, ya que me enteré que existe una ley que dice que si una casa no está habitada, podemos expropiarla. Capichi?
Well, maybe now someone is invading his prison cell because hopefully he was on this plane full of illegals being deported back home to Venezuela. Notice there, no women, no children, all of them young military-aged men, just like President Trump said. The fake news also not reporting how Trump-backed authorities arrested this guy, a top MS-13 leader from El Salvador. This guy was living just outside of the nation's capital. Agents also, look what they found inside the home, numerous weapons. Also living there, small children, 5 of them. MS-13, like Tren de Aragua. It's a brutal gang that engages in drugs and human trafficking, killing cops. That's their trademark. And now, under President Trump, in just a little over 2 months, authorities have already arrested hundreds of criminal alien gang members.
This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. And we're going to continue to let good cops be cops across this country. President Trump gave us the executive decision to go after and safeguard our communities. General Bondi is our warrior of justice leading that charge.
That was FBI Director Kash Patel. The other news outlets also barely reporting. Look at that graphic right there, the little tiny little yellow there. Since Trump took office, border encounters are almost now non-existent. That's a beautiful sight. Biden, of course, remember when he said he couldn't be done? I need Congress. Instead, the left-wing media and their Democrat cohorts, they're holding on to this Signal chat thing tighter than Joe Biden with an ice cream cone. Clearly, someone really screwed up, okay? By adding a reporter to this sensitive group chat about the Houthi attack on Yemen, which was after the fact, by the way. But why isn't anyone holding this journalist accountable for waiting so long to say something that he was inadvertently added to this chat? I mean, Jeff Goldberg, he is the Atlantic's editor-in-chief. He's not some kid. This is an established person. Yet he waited 13 days after he first suspected his inclusion in the chat was a mistake to even reach out to the White House. And then, just 2 hours later, he published his story titled, "The Trump Administration Accidentally Texted Me Its War Plans." Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says calling it war plans would be a gross exaggeration.
Nobody's texting war plans. Well, I noticed this morning out came something that doesn't look like war plans. And as a matter of fact, they even changed the title to attack plans because they know it's not war plans. There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources, no methods, no classified information. You know who sees war plans? I see them.
Now, let's take a look at the timeline of how all this Signal chat thing went down. By Goldberg's own admission, he received and accepted the invitation to the Signal text group on March 11th. He then waited until March 24th before he finally reached out to the White House. He obviously had already written his article because then it was just posted a few hours later. So while the fake news media applauds Goldberg's expose, I think it puts into question his allegiance to this country. Goldberg knew he wasn't supposed to be in that chat. He knew it was a security breach, yet he put his own personal desire for fame over national security. I mean, how did he know that there was no one else that should not have been in that text group? He didn't care. He just wanted that article, that he wanted the notoriety. The White House, it has owned up to the mistake. It said it would change procedures.
Well, we have never denied that this was a mistake, and the National Security Advisor took responsibility for that. And we have said we are making changes. We are looking into the matter to ensure it can never happen again.
And then, just when the story began to lose its legs, The Atlantic posts another article titled, "Here are the attack plans that Trump's advisor shared on Signal." I mean, it is unbelievable. As journalists, I'm one myself, we should never endanger Americans or put our national security at risk for a story. We're supposed to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. We're supposed to separate fact from fiction. We're supposed to hold the unaccountable accountable. But the left, it continues instead to pick and choose what to be outraged over. Because where was the outrage over the cover-up, right? For the past 4 years that Joe Biden was mentally competent. A new book now revealing that aides to Kamala Harris, quote, strategized around the possibility that Biden might die in office. Do you realize? So they knew Biden could die, yet they tried to run him again because they hoped he would die and then Kamala would become president. Now that's a scandal. That's what everybody should be talking about. But instead, the fake news continues to ignore also who was behind the auto pen. And you know what else is a scandal? The disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal, where 13 U.S. service members were killed. You know another scandal? The Russia hoax. I could go on and on about the scandals that the left-wing media continues to ignore. So you know what? Enough already with your faux outrage, Democrats, your fake news, you TDS sufferers, because Americans are no longer buying your propaganda anymore.